Arcade experience number 1. Free play, Fort Worth, Texas. The current day is January 12th, 2020. I was wearing an open blue striped flannel, black pants, a hat with a palm tree emblem, and a blue shirt with many Capcom heroes like Mega Man, Leon Kennedy, Phoenix Wright, and Ryu. My mother drove me and another friend of mine to celebrate my birthday. The drive was long but overflowed with countless conversations. When we arrived, we met up with a long lifetime friend and a fellow YouTube comrade, Wesley, or also known as King Scout 24. We arrived at the entrance to get our wristbands. I could see my doorway to paradise from across the huge long hall. An arcade cabinet that had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for playability. Beyond that, I could see many old cabinets that had NES and Atari games on the far wall, like Castlevania, Centipede, Galaga, Donkey Kong, and Tron. There were also arcade cabinets next to them that had Tekken and Mortal Kombat 2. To the right of me, I could see a row of arcade cabinets back to back that was playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. To the left, I could see a large classic arcade cabinet that had the beat-em-up X-Men game made by Konami, which I grew up playing with my father when I was a young lad. From across the long hall, there was a bar where adults worked by serving drinks and making pizzas and fries. On the upper left, above the X-Men game, I see a television playing a tournament for the game called Mugen, where one of the players used Trish from Devil May Cry. When we finally put on our wristbands, the first game we went to play was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I challenged my friend Wesley with my team, Hayato, Dr. Doom, and Mega Man. Sadly, I don't remember who he picked. I think he chose Venom, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. Only a guess. I kept using Foot Dive for Dr. Doom, but I was using a lot of Hayato even though everyone says he is trash. And I just chose Mega Man just because he is my favorite video game franchise. We only played it for about one match before playing something else. We wanted to explore more of the place while I wanted to see what changed or stayed the same. In the next room, there were countless arcade cabinets like Puzzle Fighter and that Dungeons & Dragons game made by Capcom. There was also an SNK arcade machine where it had 4 games: Garo, Mark of the Wolves, Metal Slug, Last Blade 2, and King of Fighters 2000. Another fighting game that caught my eye was the first Marvel vs. Capcom game, which I remember my team for that game was Gambit and Mega Man. There was a modern-looking arcade cabinet which had a PS4 inside of it, and played Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5. Sadly, when I tried to challenge an employee for a battle on Tekken 7, the inputs in the stick didn't work, and the employee was heavily disappointed that it wasn't working. A large arcade cabinet had a very classic Sega game, none other than Daytona USA. In the very back of the establishment, I could see many kinds of pinball machines with many different franchises like Ghostbusters and Guardians of the Galaxy, where my mother played them all. We decided to play the Dungeons & Dragons game and spent many minutes on it. Afterwards, we went to spend some time on Daytona USA. We played so much, there were people waiting in line. After that, my friend was playing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure while Wesley was filming me play Third Strike. I was using Ken Masters with his Shippu Jinrai Kyaku special art. Sadly, I lost a bunch of rounds but didn't win once against the player across from me, but it didn't matter that I lost. I had fun and that's all that matters. After that, we had a soda and pizza and toasted to my birthday. For our final game, we played the X-Men Konami game, which was the one we all chose. My friend chose Wolverine, I chose Nightcrawler, and Wesley chose either Storm or Cyclops, I don't remember. After a long bit of time, we finally beat the entire game. We all drove home, and it wouldn't be the last I would see of free play for the many adventures to come.